I recently transferred servers inside of Diablo Immortal. We moved over to the Treasure Goblin server, and in doing so, I realized there's a lot of things that are part of the process so that you don't lose out on any of your resources or even your hard-earned money. So today, I'm putting together a guide telling you everything you need to know about server transfer. So let's go through these steps one by one, and so you guys know, I put out Diablo Immortal videos every single day. If you're interested in the game and you want to stay up to date on the news and guides to be at your best, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So first of all, you're going to need to be below server paragon. If you guys don't know, every single week the server paragon jumps by 10. As you can see right now, I'm 6 levels above the server paragon level, so I would currently not be able to transfer servers. But on Monday, upon the reset, if my paragon level does not change, I would be below server paragon level and I could then transfer. So if you're planning a transfer, make sure you're not claiming any of your extra rewards that are going to increase your experience, and make sure you're below that server paragon level so you could actually transfer. Next is you're going to need to claim all of your mail, but you don't have to claim your codex rewards. As you can see, I save my codex rewards until either the end of the week or the end of the month to min-max my experience that I gain from those, so I wouldn't need to claim those. They would transfer with you, but any other mail that you may have, you have to claim before you go or it'll be gone. And unfortunately, you're going to need to leave your warband. You cannot change servers and remain in the same warband. So you're going to need to go to your warband triple dots and leave the warband, saying goodbye to all your friends that you typically run Heliquary with every week. You're also not able to server transfer if you're inside of a clan. So you're going to need to leave your clan as well. By the way, over on the Treasure Goblin server, I'm here in the Ariat Summit. Now, if you want to leave your clan, you have to go on over to members, click the triple dots on the bottom and hit leave clan, but make sure you say goodbye to everyone first. Now, keep in mind, before I show you actually how to transfer servers and give you those details, that when you do go to the new server, you're going to be clanless, you're going to be warbandless, so you're going to probably get a bunch of invites to clans when you get there or shortly after, but you are going to be an adventurer. You're basically starting all over as far as being a shadow or an immortal goes, which is very quickly moderated by joining a clan. Also, your battlegrounds rankings, those are going to be retained, so you're not going to lose any of your rankings inside of battlegrounds. But any leaderboard rankings that you hold are going to be gone. So if you're a leaderboard person, you may want to wait to server transfer until the start of a new season so you could start fresh. If you don't care about leaderboards, then transfer whenever you want. Now, a cool thing is your friends list is going to be retained, so you're not going to lose out on any of your friends, so you will be able to keep contact with anyone that you're friends with as you go over to the new server. Comms can still be in place. So now that all that's out of the way, we can actually talk about how you transfer servers, because you did all of the prep work now, so you're ready to go. And honestly, guys, transferring servers is pretty easy. You're going to click on your PFP in the top left. You'll click on the triple dots. You'll drop down service and you will click on transfer. Now you're going to notice that there is a price tag of $14.99. Your first server transfer, the first time you do it, which I just did my first, is absolutely free. It costs $0. Server transfers after that cost you 15 bucks. Also notice that you can't transfer servers for a month's time. So essentially, if you transfer server today, you can't transfer to a new server for another 30 days. They do this so that you don't jump servers just to mess around with people's Shadow Immortals or just to cause problems inside of the game. I actually think it's a really nice cooldown, and it makes a lot of sense. Basically, you would select the server that you want to go to, and then you would click the transfer button. Now, my old clan is the Scrappy Echoes. They're over on the Iceburn tier server, and they are an amazing group of people, very family oriented and a very casual clan atmosphere. That's the Scrappy Echoes over on the Iceburn tier server. So if I wanted to go rejoin them, I would click here and I would do my transfer once this 30-day timer was over. If it was 15 bucks, I would pay the price. If it was free, well, then it would be free. But again, I chose to be over here on the Treasure Goblin server, and I'm hanging out, like I mentioned, in the Ariat Summit to have a much more competitive experience inside of the game. Now, once you're inside of the new server, it's time that you just enjoy yourself, meet new people. There's going to be a lot of different faces in new servers. Now, remember, people that you may be leaving from the old server, you could still see them when you run things like dungeons. When you do a random dungeon finder, you could run into people from previous servers. And actually, my first dungeon run I did on the new server, I actually ran into someone that I knew from my old server, so I actually thought that was kind of funny. Those people are not gone forever. You could also match them in other areas of the game, but as far as your clan experience and your shadows versus immortals and the people that you interact with on a daily, they will very much change. Now, something worth noting that many people don't think about is the server that you're leaving, you're taking your character with you. All right, so I'm going to log in right here to the Iceburn tier server, and we're going to see the characters that I have there. You may want to actually recreate a character with the name that you had. So as you can see right there, I made another Echo Gaming just so that someone else couldn't make that name and pretend that they were me over on the server that I had left. Notice this is a brand new character. It is just a placeholder for the Echo Gaming name, so it's not taken. Also, something I did not mention is when you start to get over to your new server, so when you get into your new server, your name may be taken. My name, Echo Gaming, was taken, so I had to go with an ECH and an O with a strike through gaming because the normal Echo Gaming was taken. Apparently someone took that in the past. Either they had a name Echo that they've kept for a long time, or they were just trying to take my name for whatever that reason might be. But it's worth noting that when you do transfer servers, if your name is taken, you will be given one free name change if your name was taken. If your name was not taken, it will cost you 300 orbs just to do a normal name change. Just a little small piece that I thought was worth noting because it's something that I experienced myself. Now, something I like to do in every single one of my videos is check out what the community has to say. So let's take a look at 3 comments right now. The first comment is from King Lee saying, how do you have all the essences after changing classes? I had to farm everything all over again. Well, when you change classes, you have all of the essences that you have farmed previously. So I changed class from a wizard to a crusader, and I had the majority of my crusader essences from my past experience with the crusader. Those are never lost. Plus, sometimes there's events inside of the game that allow you to farm essences for other classes. You could choose what class you want that to be and pre-farm those essences, so if you do decide to go to that class, you'll have already some of those essences unlocked. Our next comment is from Sarah, and she says, what I've been told about the Sanctum is go ahead and send your pet to the Sanctum first, get it going first, and then run in and run the first room by yourself, or the first 2, more about this later. The pet always gets the 4 keys running through the maze before the 1 chest opens. I do it manually. You get a random number of keys, 1 through 4. So to get maximum keys, send your pet, and then number 2, the pet only opens 1 chest. So go in and run it yourself. Run the first room at least. I like to run the first 2 because the random chance in the second room to get a chest that drops a lot of shards, I think that averages out to the most crystals over time. Yes, we were talking about how running the Sanctum or not running it and having your pet run it allows a lot of aspirant keys to accumulate and be forgotten about. I like this strategy. When you send the pet in first, you don't need to worry about getting those 4 keys. You could run the Sanctum a lot quicker and then take care of either the first room or the first and second room, whatever you think is getting you the most value. I typically, when I do run it daily, I only run the first. And our final comment is from Christian. He says, I'm a 7-month rookie in the Mischief server, sitting at 860 residents and 1,109 Paragon Crusader, also known as Richard Lionheart. Crusader is the best for me. Very low and conservative game spender. My respect to all the big dogs and whales. Amazing. Richard Lionheart rules. I put this comment in here because it's just someone that's really excited about the game. He says, P.S. Don't tell anyone, but I'm between to the Blood Knight or Demon Hunter to swap. Mostly Blood Knight because you can hold the name of my Crusader Richard. Peace, love, keep working out to the gym in order to become stronger in life and undeniable entity into Diablo Immortal. Man, this guy is very excited, but I wanted to feature the comment. Much love to him. And I also want to give a ton of love to everyone over on the Treasure Goblin server for being so welcoming of me coming over to the new server. It has been an amazing experience. Also, special love to Gwyn and to Ezereth for taking me into the clan family and making me part of everything that they're doing over there. I'm so excited for the future. Download the game if you haven't played it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, because big things are coming inside of Diablo Immortal.